top, most likely.
So we go to the top and then we are done?
Something tells me that that might not be exactly how this goes.
But that's the gist of it.
Yeah.
Why do you worry that will not be the case?
I've heard some superstitions about you walk into an abandoned dark lighthouse to rekindle the light. It's an old sailor's tale, but I'm confident with all of us here, we will be able to simply light the light once more. We'll have to find out because it's superstition. I'm gonna just start just walking forward, just shaking like any jitters out, making my way to well, what was it? Is it just the open room down here and
Staircase upwards?
Staircase up. Yeah, I'm just gonna go up to go start going up the staircase.
Mm-hmm. At the top of the staircase, there is essentially a trapdoor. And on the trapdoor, there is words kind of like engraved into the wood. What languages do you speak?
I just got Common and Draconic, telepathy as well, but that's not a that's not a written language most likely.
This is telepathy is just written. It's just text messages. This is not a language you recognize.
Do you want to know what everybody speaks?
I would now.
I mean,
I figure at this point you'll be able to. Because I'm thinking, because it's a set of stairs, like you're not all going to be immediately at the front.
Shuffling, yeah.
I can't read this.
Yeah, I think while we're walking up, Maple kind of leans to Kato. Do you think Zenite is saying that because they are not actually confident it will be that simple, and they are trying to be assuring for our sake?
Maybe? Why do you say
No.
that?
I feel now I'm realizing perhaps you are another person who may say something to uphold our confidence as well. Perhaps I have misread this situation. Trixie, do you believe that Kato and Zenite are not as confident in this situation as they may be appearing to be? So now Maple's kind of looking up at the thing.
I can't read this.
I wouldn't say that. I think they're just trying to be prepared for worst case scenarios that we have to fight something. You know, rather go in knowing that you might have to fight than expecting no fights and, you know, getting beat up.
Are you prepared to fight?
Always.
Goes to Zenite. Do you think that Trixie is similar? But actually, we can go with the text because I can do this bit forever.
You go back over to me. I'm just holding my warhammer. Like, what's going on? Also,
what languages does everyone speak?
I speak Common, Dwarvish, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Interesting. Trixie?
Common, Dwarvish, Gnomish, and Thieves' Cant.
And Maple.
Druidic, Giant, Gnomish, Primordial.
We're a bunch of crafty gnomes.
And none of us read this.
I'm going to change the language, but yes.
you don't have to. You don't have to.
Wait, is there any creatures in this room?
No.
And like nothing, no spiders, cockroaches, anything. No rats, no angels.
Right. No rats, no angels. It's now that you're actually kind of looking around, the absolute lack of even bug activity is a little unnerving.
Shit.
Can I roll? I'm not bad, but can I roll perception to see if I can hear anything on the other side of this trapdoor?
absolutely you can. Roll me a
I would.
perception check. Yeah.
Could I
we'll-
use guidance?
You can. We're gonna
you.
change the language to one that the language is adjacent to, because you have an adjacent almost language. Fun fact: no one in this party speaks Elvish. Not
That's
a
so
one.
rare.
That's
so fucking rare.
Unheard of. Unheard of. Honestly, I don't think I've ever come across a group that doesn't have someone who can speak Elvish. That's fascinating. But Sylvan is adjacent. So we'll say it's in Sylvan.
I'm just taking a photo of the roll. It's a D4 for guidance, just to make sure, right?
Yeah.
Because I rolled a 20 on the die, a 4 on the die. I've never done that with guidance. I've never crit using guidance, I don't think, before.
Delightful.
That's fucked up. That's a total of 27. I'm actually upset by that in a good way. I'll take that. I'll take that.
Wonderful.
Welcome back, everyone.
So a obnoxiously natural 27. You kind of gently press your ear against the wood, and you don't hear anything on the next floor. You do hear something on the floor above that, but it is very distant and strained. But you did roll a natural 27, so I will say that though it is distant and strained, you can make out that it is somebody in distress. To what degree, it's difficult to tell.
I turn to everybody in a hushed tone and I say, all right, well, I want to get through this door. I can't read that shit. I'm about to blast that door open. Anyone have any opposition? I hear something distressed like 2 floors up. I just don't know if it's a silence, if I need to be stealthy. I'm a moment from just coughing my fucking breath through this fucking...
What is the... It's a
That
trapdoor.
won't
Is it
be
locked?
necessary.
If you push against it, it will not open.
Oh, what's the
There
hinge
is no-
situation looking like?
There is no visible lock, and there is no visible hinge.
But
Kato
there
kind
is
of
like a thing. I have to. You go.
Kato steps forward and says, not to worry, I took Sylvan 101 back at university. I can totally translate this.
I can't believe Elvish wasn't a requirement for learning Sylvan. Blows my
I
You've learned
skipped
from
Elvish.
101
I got, I skipped the prerequisite because I was already so advanced in all of my other languages.
It's like Latin.
honestly. So I'm going to post this in the chat for you as well, but you see a riddle. Each morning I lie at your feet. All day I will follow you, no matter how fast you run. Yet I nearly perish in the midday sun.
I know what it is. I know the answer.
Can we all say it together?
Krispy Kreme.
1, 2,
It's true.
3.
Shadow the
Shadow.
Hedgehog.
Well, okay. Well, you had more.
It's true. Krispy Kreme do not do well in hot weather. The icing goes real weird. The chocolate melts. It's a bad time. Still gonna eat that.
I'm gonna have to go to Krispy Kreme. I want a donut
Then
now.
my work here is done, because that's all I should be doing with my life is promoting the company I work for. I will say, pretty good company to work for. Anyway, always be chilling. As you say shadow, before you say the hedgehog, you hear wood creaking, and this trapdoor swings open.
Thank you. And I jump out the door and I'm trying to find the next closest place I would be able to hear that distress sound.
Okay, so beyond the trapdoor, the stairs continue to go around the edge of the go further up. But you can essentially stop here and get off and go into this room. So this is the kitchen. There's a little stove with a pipe that leads up further through the building. There's a prep area. There's a small table with 2 chairs. There's signs of life here, in the sense that there's a vase and some plates. Nothing has been laid out specifically, like there's no food or anything, but somebody's definitely at least lived here recently. Maple.
Sorry, I just didn't want to interrupt. When Zenith starts to go up, Maple kind of, we need to be quiet. Shh. And as he breathes into his finger, this dust spits out, and on everyone's feet, this little cloud of like little mites starts swarming around them. I'm gonna cast Pass Without a Trace on everybody.
If you could casually remind us what Pass Without a Trace does.
That is plus 10 on all stealth checks for the next hour. Yeah, for the duration, each creature chooses within 30 feet, including myself, gains a plus 10 to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or traces of its passage.
Wonderful. Zanai, are you heading up the stairs?
I was given more or less the indication that any distress, anything I was hearing was further up in the building, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just going straight up.
Okay. There is no trapdoor to the next level. It is just an open space.
All right, I am gonna, as I start walking further up the stairs, if the stairs are any bit creaky, I'm gonna try to be as gentle as I can going up. But I'm trying to be as urgent as I can, while not necessarily giving myself away.
Given that you are actively trying to avoid creaks and the wood giving you away, could you roll me a stealth check and add plus 10?
Okay, that is a 12 on the die, plus 2 to my stealth. That is 14 plus 10, 24.
Delightful. I'd say you probably don't notice this, given that your attention is very much set on one thing, but the rest of you notice that there are certain places where the mites essentially kind of crawl underneath the feet to leave a cushion so that the full pressure isn't on the wood itself, to stop any kind of creaking noise emitted.
They're doing
what
so
are the
good.
rest of you doing whilst Zanai is approaching those steps?
Trixie wants to poke around and just, see if anything gets stuck to her hand or falls in her pocket,
Sure thing. Roll an investigation check, please.
Three.
3. Yeah, there's not much. There's, the plates are pretty basic. You can tell that the cutlery isn't like silver. It's metal, but it's not, good stuff. It looks like whoever lived here lived a pretty simple life.
All right. Can I investigate again to see if there's any loose panels or floorboard things? Because sometimes those rich people are sneaky.
That's true. They are pretty sneaky. You can absolutely roll another investigation check.
Oh,
Is Trixie being discreet about their looking around?
she's always discreet.
I was about to say,
Oh, okay.
does Trixie know the meaning of the word discreet?
Yeah.
In her own special way.
Yeah. So it was a 16 this time.
Okay, add a D4 because I was asking because I'll cast guidance if
Nice.
because Maple's I think Maple's like kind of sticking back with Kato because Maple's just kind of confused.
Well, then I said 18.
18, delightful.
Nice.
You do find there is a loose floorboard. It doesn't make too much sense when you pry it back. There is
Yes.
a book and a small wooden box.
Does the book have anything on it?
There is a symbol on the front of the book, which is a crescent moon and 7 stars around it.
Does that ring any bells for me at all?
Yeah, absolutely. The 7 stars are the 7 main gods. You would take a wild stab in the darkness. It would suggest that this is some sort of religious book of some kind.
Okay. I guess I'll stick that in my bag, and then I'm obviously gonna open the box.
The box is a fairly simple wooden box. As you open it, you find there is 30 gold pieces, and there is a locket. Looks like it probably cost someone quite a bit. Like, it's not
Can I
like,
open?
it's not like high end, but it's
Uh-huh.
still, it's good quality.
Okay. Can I open the locket to see if there's a picture?
Absolutely. There are 2 pictures. On one side, you see a young male-presenting halfling. It's been very delicately painted in there, and on the other side, you see a tiefling. Son of a bitch. Sorry, I got rid of Spider from my room yesterday, and he appears to have managed to get back in.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, a tiefling woman, curled horns, very kind of like prim and proper, like bound hair, but she looks, again, she's been painted with a lot of care and attention to detail, and she looks very sure.
I'm taking it.
Sure. Kato and me.
So I actually I wait a beat, but I follow stealthily behind Zenite because I don't want him to be hiding whatever's going on. I don't want him to be alone up there. So.
Could you roll me a stealth check then, please?
Yes, and I get +10.
You get +10.
Cool. 19. 29.
99, delightful. For a minute then, I thought you meant the 19 was with the +10, and I was like,
Oof.
29, delightful. Yeah, again, no issue, no kind of like creaking, no concern. As you quickly follow Zenite upstairs. Maple.
Because Maple just used guidance on Trixie. I think Maple just kind of like Iron Giant sits by Trixie while Trixie's poking through things, and is just kind of like head is turning, like watching Trixie like look around the room. Yeah, I think Maple probably do like a quick like perception if there's anything that looks off, like about like general features of the room or the space, because they're going up to follow some sound or something. But like if they're about to be a floor above us, if Maple can get a beat on like if anything looks like not structurally sound, or if this is like a if they go ahead, like is they're not going to be able to come back down, like that kind of stuff. Like Maple's just kind of just trying to get a feel for the overall vibe.
Absolutely, roll me a perception check.
May I use guidance on myself
Of
after?
course.
Oh, sweet. That is 23 plus 26.
Well, no. Okay. Take a look around this room. Again, it's that kind of level of clean slash disused. It's just a little strange. Again, no spiders, webs in the corner, no sign of any kind of flies or anything, no food out. It's very strange. And then you notice sort of, it's not quite the middle of the room, it's a little off to one side, but there is something dripping from the floor upstairs.
Does it look like where it's dripping from there's like water damage like above, or?
It doesn't look like water damage. This looks very fresh. And it doesn't
Oh,
look
it's
like,
blood?
It doesn't look like water, and it doesn't look like blood. Taking a closer look at it, it is black and ichorous, and has a strange metallic sheen.
Is there any way I could piece together what this could be? If there's anything in the natural world, like Maple would akin this to, black and with a metallic sheen. Does it like? Because Maple's not going to try and like Maple's not going to sit there and be like, "What's it taste like?" But like touching, does it like? Is it corrosive? Is it like a like thicker like?
Decided to climb on me. Like,
Ugh.
buddy. Climb
You're
is
so warm.
rude. It's not the worst experience I had with spider, so I'm pretty chill with them, like just being on my arm.
I've had some pretty bad spider experiences.
Same. Not quite the same, but same. Can you remind me of the planes that Maple has been to?
Ooh, that's a good ass question. I think planes wise, I think not anywhere super extra planar that I can recall. Like I know we've been to like where the gods and whatnot are from, but I think Maple's kind of general places have been like here, possibly like the Feywild like a few times, but that's like I think Maple's kind of thing is like almost like Forrest Gump style. Like I just started running, but it's more so I just went on a walk, and it's just like Maple starts walking, and then Maple just keeps going. And it's like, oh, I'm in the Feywild.
No,
Okay, and then just kept going.
It's good that you mentioned that because I remember having this conversation and I swore blind that you mentioned that Maple had been to the Feywild. It was just
Yeah, Feywild and around Gnomes is basically where Maple has been. Gnomes, giants, and the Fey.
You can either roll history or nature. You have advantage.
Oh, delightful. History and nature are the same modifier for myself. Once again, I'm gonna ask. Can these guys?
No, yeah, of course.
Oh, you want a roughhouse, huh? This is gonna be spicy. Come on, what's the 25?
25.
Yes.
Incredible. You know of something that could have created such a viscous situation?
I don't like that sentence.
Yeah, we'll come back to that in a second. Thermite, you're heading upstairs. You're stealthy.
Yes.
Are you going to the next floor?
If there's nothing stopping me from going up there, then yes. I'm probably, if there's no door, is it just like an opening in the floor where the stairs go up?
In the floor.
I'm not gonna just rush up to the top, like standing at the top. I'm gonna keep my head up and look around first before anything else.
Roll me a perception check, please.
Perception. There we go. 9.
Wonderful. This
We're
appears to be a
fucked.
bedroom. In the middle of the room, there is a large double bed. Looks like someone's in it, asleep.
Someone's in it asleep right now,
Mhm.
you said? And there's no one else up here.
Nope.
Is this person in this bed sleeping making any sounds whatsoever?
Yeah, they're kind of making some kind of like very much still asleep but whimpering noises. Think that you know when a dog is having a little dream and they go.
And yeah, okay.
It's that
okay.
energy, you know.
Would you need me to roll to kind of piece together if this is the same thing I heard or different?
No, I think you could piece together that this is probably the source of the noise.
I am. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna evens or odds this really quick for myself.
Sure.
I'm gonna do it in D&D Beyond, so it's to whoever is looking in D&D Beyond. Odds, I'm going to double back down and be like, actually, someone's asleep. Evens, I'm just gonna go up and be like, hello. So evens, I said I think I'm going up, right?
Mhm.
Just to confirm.
Mhm.
D4. Odds. Okay. I turned back and I jumped because I didn't realize I was being followed on the stairs with a 29 stealth.
Yeah, right. You had no idea Kato was there.
Sorry.
Someone's sleeping in a bed over here. Doesn't feel right. I'm not going up yet.
Can I roll for perception?
Absolutely, you can stick your head up and take a look. See. Oh,
Huzzah!
delightful! A natural one. Yeah. You see. I will say because so Zenite had the light. Obviously, didn't bring it all the way above the thing because that kind of defeats the purpose of just taking a little sneak peek. But with Zenite below you and the light now being below you, it is much more difficult to see. But you see the outline of the bed. You see a shape on it.
Is that what was making the noise? Where was the noise coming?
They're kind of whimpering, I think, a little bit. I may need to admit I might have a bit of a fear of lighthouses. Fun fact, that is something I had pre-established in my head from day one, because I thought that would be silly.
Fun fact, I had no idea when I brought this into play.
I don't think I brought it up
Nope.
before. Brave face. I don't feel comfortable going up there at the moment. This place is dark, dingy. I'm starting to like slowly walk back down the stairs. Do I see like the table set and all that? That doesn't make sense. It looks like it's set for more than one person too.
No, looks like it's just set for one person.
Okay.
As
anyone out here?
As you two are kind of having this discussion near the top of the stairs, Maple, you know what creature makes this. You have heard tale from the Feywild of creatures like this. This specific kind of creature. Usually found in a trio. But this one seems to be alone. This is a nightmare.
I think the second Maple realizes this, there's just like because Maple's under this kind of dripping thing.
One moment, Trixie.
And just grabs both Kato and Zenite by like the scruff and just like it's still like stealthy, but it's like a grab them both and just bring them downstairs kind of thing.
I cling to your arm as soon as you grab. I'm like, all right.
Can I roll stealth to sneak up on them? Because I just like this idea of the big white maple eyes coming out in the dark.
Are you also gonna do Miracle? Just do.
Holy that's a 32.
I cannot roll.
Oh wait, sorry, I forgot one more thing. Can I use guidance?
35.
Sure, why not?
36.
That's a 36.
That's disgusting. So Kato and Zenite, as you are having this hushed conversation, you can't hear the Jaws music that is creeping up in the background. Dun, 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 as Maple's eyes just being anime style, just flashing white for a second. Before you are both just grabbed and moved. Could I please have wisdom saves from both of you?
Wisdom saves.
This
Yikes.
is not a high
Okay.
DC, but this is just whether you have the wisdom to not call out in this moment.
16.
16, you're fine.
18.
You're fine. There's a moment of, but you recognize Mabel, and although it was extremely unexpected, you managed to keep quiet as Mabel set you down on the floor, I assume.
Yeah, it's kind of like pulls them both over by Trixie, and then just like lets everyone go.
There.
You got someone sleeping upstairs.
If I point where Zenite's pointing, someone's sleeping. Is that around where the stuff is dripping?
It's close, yeah.
There is someone sleeping, you say?
Yeah.
There is a night hag somewhere here. They are...
Maple's like hands clench a little bit and kind of stands suddenly quite uncomfortable, and like the hands tap, and then the Maple's form becomes really still. The head twists a little bit, and a little thing lifts, small little hands, and a gnome with a really big beard, long hair, and this wily little face.
Hags are very, very bad. I have made this so I may stay far away. They say they do things with nature. They do bad things to many people. They take names, sometimes souls. They give very little back. I do not like this.
Now, I've heard very little about any other varieties besides. I mean, I've heard of the green hag, and that's just you get wives' tales, adventurers saying, drumming up the fear, which usually rightful for adventurers to do. And I haven't actually experienced or fled from a sea hag, but those bastards out there too. What do we do?
Night hags are much scarier than those of the sea and those of the green. They are not kind. The writing in Sylvan now makes more sense. We need to be very careful and very quiet while we are here.
Why don't we just kill her while she's sleeping.
I do not know if that is her sleeping.
That stuff that's dripping, Night Hags make this stuff, or this is like I hate this word, secretion of...
It's a byproduct of their existence. It is.
So it's a high likelihood that it's them sleeping?
You don't know.
Yeah.
You are like all you.
No,
know
that's fair.
is there's someone up there on a bed, and also something is dripping down.
Yeah, I think at this point Maple is going to try and creep up the stairs and try and see and get a beat on what's up there.
Absolutely. You know, that stealth check was so good, I'm going to let you keep it for this moment.
Thank you.
But could I get a perception check, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maple's just here. Where did?
Thank you, D&D Beyond. Can I guidance myself? 25.
25. Delightful.
D&D Beyond's got the receipts, baby. For
Wow.
once, D&D Beyond's not absolutely massacring me.
Honestly, D&D Beyond gives me one good game a week, which is cool, great for that one game. But I'm in several, and it's distressing. Anyway,
Lowest roll total was 22. No, that was stealth, so that was 32. So yeah, lowest roll total today has been 23-ish, if you don't count guidance. Disgusting. Horrible. Love it.
incredible. 25, you say?
To shreds, you say.
To
Yes.
shreds, you
Yeah.
You see the bed. You see the form on the bed. You see that the form on the bed isn't quite the right shape for someone sleeping. Squinting a little bit, you can make out the outline of somebody hunched over this individual in the bed sleeping. And you know which one is the hag and which one is not.
Mm-hmm.
Telepathically, I say, when's the signal?
Come close.
And once everybody's there, telepathically Maple responds with
Signal.
and Maple is going to wild shape and they're gonna try and football tackle this person.
Okay. Before
Mm-hmm.
Wild shapes and football tackles this person, could
Mhm.
everyone give me a fresh stealth roll? You still have your plus 10. You do not get guidance. Because
That's fair, valid, and reasonable, and sensible.
I got a 32.
17.
23.
I made my way also into the 30 club on this one. 32 as well.
Delightful.
Nice.
Was the 17 with the plus 10?
You do have inspo.
I will
I
say,
do have inspo.
before you use the inspo, this is because you're moving as a group, because two of you have such high successes, you're fine.
Mm.
You're all good.
You're welcome.
So you all make
Hey.
it to the top of the stairs. Are you kind of like coming into the room a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you can see. So in the middle of this room, like around the other side. So again, the stairs continue up to another floor. There is a trapdoor for this one. But you can see that there's like a chest and there's a wardrobe and a little desk/vanity situation. A large bed in the middle. There is someone asleep on the bed who is clearly having a bad time, and there is a hag with
Feeding on them.
sticky little fingers all over their face. Maple, what are you wild shaping into?
So I have a question. If someone were to use 10 inspo, could they stretch the boundaries of their wild shape? Potentially, sweet DM? Nothing super crazy. It will be equal to my level in CR.
Here's the thing. As Dawn, I could do things that technically you shouldn't be able to do. So I feel it would be disingenuous of me to say no. But I would like to know what.
I will message you before I say
Delightful. The suspense, the drama.
I do want to put out there too. You said you were going to football tackle this hag.
Mhm.
I am an unarmed fighter. I can just grapple and do good with it. Because of the pythons are sick, send them to the zoo vet.
Oh, then I'm excited to WWE with you because we're going in. We got a mug too. Oh my god! In a row, we're gonna beat the shit out of this person. The hatch fully opens. This gnome fully flies out. Yeah, Soup, you called it. Look, it's always a little guy. But lovingly. Flying out, the brow on this gnome starts to furrow much more, and the fuzziness and fur starts to become a little feathery. Their nose starts to become more pointed. Their eyes, that kind of white of their machine now grow yellow and much larger. And this lumbering creature runs and leaps over, an owl bear football tackles the hag. There's just a whoo.
Look, friends, if I had a nickel for every time JP used an owlbear to traumatize me in the past week, I'd have 2 nickels. Which
isn't a lot. But it's weird, that's happened twice.
Specifically
A plat.
it's the poo that you do that really fucking sells. Anyway, could
An owl bear? Mabel the owl bear?
could everyone roll me some initiative?
Yas, and slay.
For the first time in Mortal First history, combat, baby.
It's
I'm
fight
so
time.
Stoked. Maple and I both got the same 17. It looks like.
Ooh! Tasty.
Got an 8.
I also got an 8.
Incredible.
Oh, all right. Twin
Okay,
spins.
so 8,
Twin space.
17. So basically, when it comes to your turns, if you're sharing initiative, you can, like, if there's
we
something
got
you
that.
wanna do
We got that.
Can we
together,
attack at the
great.
same
I
time?
was gonna say Captain America. Yeah, Captain America and Bucky time. Let's go.
I can't wait to just get behind the hag, put them in a master lock, and say, "Scratch the shit out of this guy." Like that's exactly what should happen.
But also there's no pressure to, like, if you want to do your own thing, that's absolutely fine too. I'm just gonna. Why did I put stats for this?
Love this game of collaboration.
Okay. So because of the stealth rolls, because the hag is fully engaged in what they are doing right now, you get a surprise round. All of you.
Delicious.
Nice.
So, Maple, Zanite, describe to me this clusterfuck of a situation you're about to bring down on this hag.
I think I'm watching the whole leap turn into just like little guy, big Albert. I'm gonna need to write home about this one. And as that leap happens, I have my Warhammer just say, fuck it, drop it behind me, and I run, like, charging forward. Fucking, like, I feel like my brain's all Elden Ring right now. I think, what is it, Godfrey, right? That he does in his second form, has that big rage. That's, I think, the way that I almost said Rias, holy shit. Zenites running forward to follow up. Jakey, you essentially tackled, or what exactly are you doing on this at the moment?
I think if there's a little bit of that like kind of animal rage thing, but I think seeing Zenite like this ready to dive in, I think there's a little bit of like a because I mean, how cool is it for Owlbear and Dragonborn to fight together? So I think there's a little bit of like a scooping and then just running at the hag. We're gonna Rambi and Donkey Kong this. Very specific reference. What's up?
I have a like 1990s Donkey Kong on Rambi, the Rhino it's in my car, I think, but it's like a Burger King kids toy. I thought I had it in here, but it must be in my car. This is ideal.
This is peak.
All I can think is that it's gonna be really sad when I don't put this to Donkey Kong music later.
Bum, 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 bum. And that's, I think, all you need, really.
That's all we can play legally.
So how does this sound? You're lunging forward. If I'm grappling a creature, they'd be restrained if I'm successful with it. And would that mean that the attacks made from an owlbear would have advantage?
I'm assuming that this owlbear is going in for a melee attack, so
That is my assumption too.
that would be with advantage.
Oh, totally.
Delicious.
I'm gonna, as you're leaping forward and I'm leaping forward, and you claw out, pull me in. I'm gonna leap off of you. Pull me onto, I think, your back. I'm gonna leap off of your shoulders and like shoulder tackle and grapple this hag in the moment. So let's see. A grapple is truly just an athletics check, I believe, on the attacker's side. Do I have any sort of advantage because this is a surprise?
Yes, you have advantage because this is a surprise.
That is a 25. 19 on the die.
Delightful.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she doesn't get to... oh no, it is contested. It is contested.
It's acrobatics or athletics, I think, on the
For the defender,
contested
no.
part. 25. That's a
yeah, right.
I change and my outfit start to burst as my pythons restrict and constrict.
We called you captain once. You walked up here and you're like, "Way I oughta."
I could eat a big thing of kale. Cannot say the actual vegetable. That might be infringement.
So that's a 19 on the die. But
Okay,
it's still
okay.
fails. It's
Yeah.
bloody close, though. Bloody close.
Brutal.
As this hag hands just pouring at this individual's face suddenly goes sideways in that it's very Looney Tunes for a minute. Just like, I'm sorry, what? And is absolutely grappled, confused, bewildered, baffled, astonished, bamboozled. Maple.
Yeah, Maple's gonna follow suit. I think there's a little bit of that because I make a beacon claw attack, multi-attack. Let's go. But yeah, Maple's gonna follow suit with I think in Maple's head, it's like you were doing weird stuff to their face. Sucks to suck, and there's just a beak coming in. These are +7. Oh, that's a natural 20.
No shit. Oh, I am confirming that.
Massive.
This is why, friends. This is why I don't plan combat.
This is why you
Because it's
should.
over
This is
in 30
epic.
seconds. It's
This is
just-
epic in 30 seconds.
That first attack is 12. Sorry, yeah, 12 piercing damage.
Oh, piercing damage, delightful.
And then the second one. Do it again. Oh,
Yes.
I'm gonna use an inspo on that. That's a 6 in that. Do we have 2 left? It's okay. We can do this. With 2 left now. We can do this, gang.
You
I
only
believe.
have 2 inspo left now?
I just used 10 to turn into an owlbear.
I know, but I kind of assumed you had like 20 on.
No. That is 16 plus 7.
That hits.
Dope. That is, man, I wish this was the one that crit, because the claws are nutty, but that's okay. Ooh, that is 14 more damage, slashing.
Slashing. Question.
Answer.
Just for my benefit, because it's been a hot second since I've been an owlbear. Are those attacks considered magical?
They are not, unfortunately, unless the tendon bow makes this a magic owlbear. But no, my wild shape attacks are not magical.
Then you
Yeah.
would probably notice that this isn't quite as effective as you would like it to be.
Mm-hmm.
But
Fair value and reasonable.
you know, damage is damage. Not gonna
Mm-hmm,
say.
mm-hmm.
Anything else from you two? Any bonus actions you would like to take?
Good question. I do have 2 weapon fighting technically, but I'm only using my hands right now, and hands unarmed combat or unarmed fighting is not considered to be armed fighting. So I cannot do a good bonus attack unless it's like the 1 damage thing. Is that still a thing? Just the 1 damage plus proficiency, since I'm proficient with unarmed attacks. Cool. I'm gonna do that then. You might as well see if I can get some damage. So let's see if I can wrench this grapple a little bit harder. That's actually a very bad roll. That is a total of 15.
It feels like the padding of her clothing is just preventing any serious injury right now.
God dang! Holding steady as best as I can. Just trying to, like, every time you look back, it's a different like submission hold in the works.
At one point, you turn around and like you're just twisting her leg, and she's just slapping
The leg
floor.
lock. I got her in the Boston Crab.
Delightful. Maple, is there any bonus actions you would like?
I didn't realize. I was like, oh wait, I can, like, my action is like my multi-tag thing. I could bonus action after that, but there's nothing really that I can do because nobody's injured or anything. Because I can heal people, but that's about it. So that's it for me.
Fair and reasonable. Kato and Trixie. The hag has been restrained quite effectively, and kind of beat up a little bit.
Well, I know what I want to do. I don't know if, Kato, you have any ideas of what you want to do.
I think I know what I plan on doing.
Okay, so we're not being a team like they are. Cool.
Hey, you didn't look at it that way.
It's fine. Okay, well, I'm gonna do Psychic Blades. I'm gonna use the Dexterity one first. So...
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Soul
shit.
Knife.
That is a 21 to hit.
That definitely hits.
I'm also gonna do Sneak Attack.
Don't forget that sneak
Oh,
attack,
I was
baby.
gonna say you have it.
Yes. So... Oh, shit. Okay. So it's... 9... So 9 base damage. And... 9... Plus 9 Sneak Attack. So 18 damage.
Ooh,
Tasty
It's
psychic damage.
tasty. Yeah. This soul knife strikes with precision and definitely does some damage.
Cool. So that was the dexterity psychic blade. I'm gonna do a bonus attack psychic blade with the strength one. So that one. Oh, that's a 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
For 8.
Wonderful. Can you just remind me what I need to remember from the blades?
What do you mean? Like I manifest a psychic blade from my free hand and I attack with it.
It's the type of.
But,
Does
like,
it do
it could be
piercing
thrown.
damage? Does it do like magic, psychic?
Oh,
with,
it's psychic. You're psychic.
Yeah, okay, sweet.
Yeah.
Yes, delightful. Yes. My brain is catching up. Wonderful, delightful, incredible. Mwah, chef's kiss. Delicious. Are you staying where you are, or do you want to move around the room a little bit?
I guess I'll move a little bit. Like, is there somewhere where there's like maybe like a little bit more of a shadow, just in case, you know?
Yeah. You can,
That's kind of where I want to move.
Shy away from the torch that you guys brought in with you.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Say, by the wardrobe's probably the best bet.
Cool. That's what I'm doing then.
Fabulous. Kato. What you think?
I am going to do Arms of the Astral Self. Dexterity strength version.
Delightful. I'm so excited to get my shit fucked up today, honestly. This is very exciting. Wonderful. Bear me a second.
I think I just realized my character in D&D Beyond is level 1. And I've been doing this so far. This will take just less than a moment. It'll be quick.
Yeah, you do you.
It's okay because we have.
You do you.
Oh.
That's all I can play.
Approach
Legally, that's all you can play.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So,
Deal.
hit me up with some attacks if you're attacking.
Yes. I believe, and help me out here. I believe I'm just supposed to roll a d4.
As a bonus action, you can spend a key point to summon the arms of your astral self. When you do so, each creature of your choice that you can see within 10 feet of you must succeed on a dexterity saving throw, or take force damage equal to 2 rolls of your martial arts die. So I guess she's got to do. If she's grappled, does she automatically fail dex saves?
I think with the restrained condition,
Yeah.
yes.
Delightful. Wonderful. Amazing. Incredible. Shit kicked in right now.
Oh no, it's just disadvantage, so she still can roll. Yeah.
Alright, let's do that then. Yeah. Terrible. Appalling. Incredibly bad. Why did I even try? Yeah, so, 2d4. And I perish. I mean,
It's
the hag
force
perishes.
damage.
2d4 plus 3, right?
Take force
Or it
damage
has
equal to
a
2 rolls of your martial arts die. It's just the 2d4 because it's every creature of your choice within 10 feet. You could hit a. Oh my god! I didn't realize it was like. So if you just walked into a room and everybody's 10 feet, you could hit all of them at once with this. That's nuts! Oh, that's rad.
It's a pretty cool skill.
Yeah, right.
It's pretty great.
All right, y'all. I rolled a 3 and a 4.
Delightful, wonderful, incredible.
That's nice.
So that's your bonus action to summon them.
I You can just keep punching with your arm.
So you can, when you attack, you can use the astral arms and use your wisdom modifier instead of your strength.
Dex or strength.
And their damage type is force, as opposed to a physical kind that might not be as effective right now against this particular enemy. But what do I know? I'm not a monk. I definitely wouldn't be giving out advice like that. Anyway, what would you like to do for your main action?
Oh, for my main action, just unarmed strike.
Delightful. Are you using your astral arms?
Yes.
Wonderful. I love the idea. I've got this vision of Kato just being like, all right, I'm ready. And then these giant arms.
Yeah.
And you just stood there like,
You just
actually, I'm just checking my nails for a second. Is that dirt? And your arms just like, incredible. Wonderful. Yeah.
Exactly
So, roll me an attack with your wisdom modifier and your proficiency.
What die am I rolling?
That's
D20.
D20.
With
Sorry.
my wisdom modifier?
Sorry, DM. Got real excited there.
I know you love monks. I know you love monks.
I love monks and I love rules. Put those two together, and let me tell you. Uh-oh.
Well, I didn't can I use inspo?
Absolutely.
That was a bad roll.
Hey, no one needs to know.
Okay, that was a little better. 14 plus 2, so that'd be 16.
That'd be 16 plus your proficiency, which is a 2.
So 18.
So 18, which hits. Yeah, so, I feel like I'm...
It's a D4 plus 2 force damage.
Thank you. Yeah,
I
roll a
love force
d4
damage.
plus 2. And, watch me shit myself.
I'm doing my
On
part.
camera?
So the D4, it was a 2 plus 2.
So that's 4. Wonderful. Delightful. The hack's pretty pissed off, honestly, because, like, here she was, just having a casual midnight snack, even though it was daytime when you got here.
This is day drinking.
And all of a sudden she's grappled and she's getting the shit kicked out of her by some random people who just fucking turned up. She's like, what the hell? Except in hack, so it's like, you know?
Rah, 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 rah.
Grunty?
Exactly. Look, I'm a bear and a bird together, so I'm going.
Delightful. Kato, do you want to stay where you are, or do you want to move?
I will move
Delightful.
away,
Away.
the corner of the room.
Okay. As a heads up, you can absolutely move away, but you will be out of range for hitting her with your magic arms.
Alright, I'm not gonna do that then. I'm gonna just, move. I'm gonna, yeah.
Like, you can shimmy back, yeah, you can shimmy back a little bit. You just, if you go fully for the, I say corner, this is an entirely round room, there are no corners, but yeah, if you try and, like, back up to the wall, you will be a little bit too far away.
So yeah, I'm just gonna, like, back up slightly so I'm out of the,
Yeah,
let someone else go at her.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Wonderful. Top of the round. It's the half girl. She's pissed. She's like, what fucking gives? I'm busy having a little snackaroo, and you're all fucking coming at me like this. What the hell? How dare? She is going to So she would have disadvantage on a physical attack. So she's not going to do that. She is going to cast a spell.
Bum, bum. We get the Jaws theme again.
Dun, dun, dun. That's awful. Okay, so and a 3. Delightful. As she makes a gesture with one hand, like one of the clawed hands that's kind of like not quite as restrained, and makes an angry hissing noise. You see these black darts appear, and they're not glowing, but there is a certain kind of like almost bioluminescent energy to them. As they strike Maple for 2 points of force damage, Zenite for 4 points of force damage, and Trixie for 3 points of force damage. As you are all struck with what
Some
you
magic missiles.
only assume is a twisted version of magic missile.
Quick question. How much health does the owlbear have for... Because Wild Shiver is, do you do average health, max health, or rolled? Because I've never played a druid.
Yeah, I either say max or average. I'm going to say average in this instance because I don't think you're going to go through that much damage.
Yeah.
So-
Copy that. Delightful. Okay.
You said it was force damage?
Yes.
And how much was it?
For you, 4.
It'll be 2, because I resist force damage.
Big pog.
It's rare, but I'll take it.
Honestly.
I need to take it. I gotta. Now that I'm at least level 3, it's not as bad, but...
I didn't get hit? Or did I?
No, you didn't get hit because she can only produce 3 darts.
Oh, sick. Thanks, Hag.
Thanks, Hag. That's...
All right, Hagatha Christie.
Alright, Hagrid.
Nice.
So, she can't move.
Nope.
She doesn't have much by way of bonus actions, so she's just going to utter some very choice curse words in Sylvan. Kato, this bitch got a filthy mouth,
Potty mouth.
basically.
liquor.
Also, that's not even how you use that one curse word. She needs to get her slang right.
Just everybody stops. Hag's in a headlock. Owlbear's ripping at him. Tracy's throwing stuff. Everybody just slowly looks at Kato like, that's what you're upset by?
I love the
What
hag
did
is
you
looking
say?
over at you going, in common, Sylvan 101. Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
I know my grammar.
That's not how you conjugate that.
That's not how you conjugate that. God.
I'll contact you in a minute. Anyway,
Actually, specifically, the owlbear I'd like to be is the green one that taught Sylvan 101. Don't miss your lessons.
I got the duel.
a green
way too
owlbear teaching fucking language. No, 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 thank you. Oh.
So the alarm spell went off. There's something invading our camp. Oh shit. Well, where's the cipher? I need to learn Elvish. No one in the party knows Elvish.
Looking for your ancient tattoos. My streaks! My streaks! We're gone!
Yeah, she's a little whipped right now. So, Maple, Zenite, you're up.
Silly Zenite forgot he had some cool etchings on his horns from his times with others in travel. Just so the party knows and everyone knows, he's supposed to be a level 3 Rune Knight fighter. So with the Giant's Might bonus action, before anything else begins, he's gonna start to expand himself a little bit. He ends up growing to the size large, and he does now have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And anytime my attacks with a weapon or unarmed strikes hit, I can once per turn deal an extra d6 with that. So I'm bonus action doing that. The hag is in my grips still, so I will elect to deal a free d4 of bludgeoning damage, which 3, not a whole lot, but something. And I look over at Maple, the owlbear, and I just nod. Anything you have planned for this round?
Ooh, and I just I'm biting and slashing. That's what I do. That's it. Do it again.
And I'm punching in the kidney a couple times.
Ooh, brutal, terrible. 7 and 5. 12.
You
Kind of figured.
Nowhere.
You should have advantage because this is a restrained enemy, I think. So.
I rolled at advantage. My first one was a 3 and a 7. But this is a little better. 18.
That'll do it.
Nice. That is 11 slashing damage.
Delightful. Again, you feel like it's hitting, but it's not hitting to the core.
Okay. I'm gonna bonus action. Because I can just do this. Yeah. Because I don't have to, but it's fun. Insult to injury. I'm gonna use Balm of the Summer Court. As a bonus action, I can spend some die from a pool to heal a creature I can see within 120 feet. I'm going to heal Zenite a d6, and then they get a bonus.
Don't even worry about it.
But I
that's
want
the bonus?
The bonus is 1 temp HP.
Oh, sweet. Okay, you might as well.
Yeah. So it's it's 1 health, but 1 temp HP on top of that 1 health. So
I love that.
Delightful.
That is me.
Fabulous. Zenite.
I haven't actually committed to rolling the dice for any melee attacks, and I realize I am a dragonborn. So in my grapple, I see the slashes come through, and I just hold on, rotate, and just and use my breath weapon point blank. So I figured if I'm gonna get hit with force damage, I might as well do it back.
Yeah, absolutely. I just love the idea of you just slowly rotating and then essentially vomiting.
Yeah, essentially.
It's giving me flashbacks to university life.
Have you ever woken up and been hit by a really bright light and it almost feels like it's physically hitting you, in the eyes? That's kind of how it comes out. It almost looks like light refracting through a gemstone, just blasting through. I need a DC 13 dex save, which I'm not sure if the restrained condition makes
disadvantage.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, that is a fail.
And that is a 10 to die. That is 1d10. That is 10 force damage with 1 cough of the force.
Incredible. Yeah, it's just, it's a bad time to be a night hag, apparently.
Oh, Seven's in chat.
It's like, not a good day. No, a very, very, very bad, no good, terrible day to be a night hag. Anything else?
That's everything on my side of the virtual table.
Delightful. Then we turn our attention back to Kato and Trixie.
I'm just gonna do the same thing as I did last time.
It's working.
It worked.
You know?
So do I also get to roll advantage to hit? Yeah.
Yeah, I think if anyone's trying to do a melee or ranged attack against something that's restrained, then they get advantage on it.
Nice. Alright, so I'm gonna use Psychic Blades, the Dex variation. Oh. It's an 11. Wait a minute! Never mind. It's an 11.
11 unfortunately does not hit. You do have inspiration.
I'm gonna use it.
Like to reroll.
I'm gonna use an inspo.
That's the way to do it.
Okay. 22 to hit.
That'll do it. Roll me some damage.
And so base damage is 5, but I'm gonna do sneak attack,
We'll love to see it.
and that adds 6.
Wonderful.
And then I'm gonna bonus attack with my Psychic Blades, the strength variation. 16.
16 does not hit, but you still have advantage.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
That's with advantage.
Alright, well, that's that.
Wonderful, delightful. Kato. What you doing?
I'm gonna use my spectral arms to make an unarmed strike.
Wonderful. So d20 plus wisdom plus 2.
I have 2 inspo. I'm gonna use another one. I'm gonna use a different dice too, because that one doesn't like me anymore, apparently. Much better. So, plus 2, 22.
That hits. Roll some damage. So d4 plus 2.
2 plus 2, 4.
4. Delightful. And your bonus action?
Bonus action, I am going to do Flurry of Blows.
Love to see it. Love to see it. Wonderful. Incredible. Amazing.
Real monk shit.
What do I roll for that?
So that is, it's another attack. So, yeah, a d20 plus 4.
Same thing. Okay.
You get 2 attack rolls with Flurry of Blows as a bonus action.
Delightful.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I have to spend a key point, but I can do that. Right, so I rolled 11 plus 4, 15.
That does not hit.
Darn.
But you get 2 attacks. So do it again.
So I can do it again?
Mhm.
13 plus 4, 17?
That is on the money. That hits.
Yes.
Roll me
Okay.
d4 plus 2.
4.
Wonderful. Yeah.
For 4, it was 6.
Oh,
so 4
6.
plus 2.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Even better. Love to see it. Yeah. No good, very bad day continues for the night hag.
Can I say something to her when I did that?
Absolutely.
Hold on. I have to pull it from my memory. Asimse Ethan. It's a curse.
Everybody
word,
pauses
so-
again. You can't just say that.
Incredible. I love it. Take an inspo for creativity. Delightful. Wonderful.
Oh,
And then immediately use it on the next bad roll. The night hag is. Ooh, she's grumpy. She is going to. She's gonna do this with a disadvantage because she is restrained. She's going to point at Maple and attempt to cast a spell. However, I believe she's not going to hit with that spell. Well, maybe. So, does a 13 hit Maple?
Let me see. I believe. Yeah, that's the owlbear's AC.
How about this? As a reaction with my cloud rune, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you is hit by an attack roll, you can use your reaction to choose a different creature other than the attacker within 30 feet of you to become the target of the attack instead, using the same roll. I choose myself for that with my AC of 16.
That is the most bullshit chicanery I've ever heard, and I love it.
That.
Wow.
That's incredible. That is big brain.
That's huge brain. I'm so glad I'm not the DM right now. Oh my god, I'd be pissed.
Like,
there
on
it
the
is.
one hand, I love it. I'm incredibly impressed. It's wonderful. Mwah, chef's kiss. But also, get fucked. Brackets endearing.
So the moment I see the hand raised to like cast, I just shake her a little bit and say, "My eyes are up here."
She makes a very just outraged noise at you in hag. That's the noise. Yeah, and she can't really do anything right now, and she's pretty pissed about it. So, I guess we continue on. Maple and Zenite. How are you going to continue to make my life a living hell right now?
Noogies, anyone? Noogies all around? Just right on the top of the head.
I think owlbear Maple, because Zenite is like holding like arm around. Like what's the vibe?
So I did do initially. The flavor was kind of like a full Nelson master lock type of thing.
Sweet.
It has since changed to like a headlock. I've also grown in size to large, so now it's like a larger arm holding by the head as best as I can.
Fantastic.
That's why she sounds like.
I have a question, DM, because there's two players that are both acting on the same turn. If theoretically two creatures that are of large size, each with a strength modifier that is like, I think yours is +4-ish?
Mine's +6.
Yours is +6. Oh, incredible. Owlbear
that's
is +5.
No, it's +4. I'm sorry.
Okay, sweet. So with +4, +5 from owlbear and stuff, if they were both pulling on opposite ends of a creature and stuff, what kind of damage would we be rolling for that? Do you want me to just do unarmed strikes, or can we start as the resident Canadian violating the Geneva Convention?
We'll both be horses.
If this is something you
Classic Lighthouse Willem Dafoe reference.
If this
We'll
is
both be
something
horses.
you want to do, I would like you both to roll strength checks. I am setting an arbitrary DC, and I will tell you what I am rolling for damage if you succeed.
Is this at advantage because we're both doing, or just like flat strength?
Flat strength, because you are
'Kay.
removing her from the grapple to do this.
Fair value.
before she's out of the grapple, I'm gonna do my D4 of damage for her.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's another 3 bludgeoning damage, all the way to the bank. Fuck yeah.
Don't fucking D&D
Put that
Beyond.
in your savings account.
I'm gonna use an inspo. I think I can do better than that. It's not bad, but I think I can do better. Oh, I'm gonna use my last inspo. This sucks. It's okay. It's 18.
18 and
I'm at no inspo.
You said this is just straight up strength.
yep.
Is that correct?
Yep. 100% correct.
Okay. 22.
Okay. So I'm going to count that as a successful.
Attila the Hunting. I don't know.
Dislocate.
I don't even know. You've essentially.
Wishboning.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Which
that's a
one?
good question. Are you going like heads and feet, or are you like which half?
Oh
of-
God, how?
I'm
Describe
holding.
to me this war crime that you're committing.
So I'm holding her like headlock by. I don't like saying her because it feels bad to do this to a woman, but it is this is
Hey, whoa.
equality.
Yeah.
But hey, either way, by the head, and then I think the moment that there's any other force pulling the other way, it's kind of a like rolling backwards. So it's like the head stays on this side of my bicep, and the bicep and the body goes this way.
I think what we're establishing with where Maple's grabbing, Zenite's holding. Zenite is establishing themselves as they're grabbing the top. They are the top of this, and that Maple is a bottom. But hey, a power bottom at that.
Quite powerful.
Happy bride. I'm gonna get Google to roll me these dice because I just you know. So I'm going to roll 4d10.
Yay! And this is
now
psychic
you roll well.
damage, isn't it?
Now you roll well. Okay, now you roll well. Hey, Maple? Hey,
Yes,
Jenna.
DM.
Yeah.
Describe to me how you split this hag in half.
What part does Maple grab as an owl bear? Like, is it like beak and then like arms wrapped around one of the legs, or is it like back of the torso? I'm holding that head. That head is staying with me.
Yeah, if you're holding the head there, this is, apologies, sweet viewers, because they were just devouring someone and whatnot. That sweet spot, the owlbear, from under the rib cage and just above the pelvis, and just starts pulling. So it's a kind of a 3-part split where there is the pressure of. No, I think actually like a dragging downward kind of thing. So there's the pressure of the head and just like pulling. And yeah, I think it's the owlbear's claws are just making this vile shoveling motion as they are. This is the first time probably Maple's killed somebody, but hey, there's a first for everything.
Incredible. You rolled exactly enough damage.
Ooh, it's tasty.
And this is why I don't do combat, because that was less than 3 rounds, and it's a fucking hack. Anyway,
Hey, and now there's just 3 parts.
yeah, instead of 3 hacks, it's just 3 parts.
Hey, we made a coven! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
I'm so glad that was in stereo.
There's a part of me that wants to give you inspo. But I'm not
You know what
going
they say.
to.
You know what they say. I don't.
Yeah, you know what they say? No, I don't.
I was hoping
I have
you
no
did.
clue.
No, I have no idea. In the gloom, there is the soft ripping noise of viscera on wood. Xena, you are holding onto the top half of this hag.
Is there a window up here?
There is a window up here.
I'm gonna go over to the window and kind of use my foot to try to open it if it's closed. Before I do, does anybody know if there's a proper way to dispose of a hag's body?
Who?
Out the window.
Who?
It's a wireless hag. Am I right?
You are right. Zenite points his head back out the window, trying to see if he can see where the body landed, if it's like in the water, rocks, just on the ground below.
Water. Definitely.
That's for you, Tony Two Tads. Hags! To echo over.
You yelling the word hags brings the individual in the bed around from their hag-induced stupor. They had been magically rendered asleep and had been suffering from what is called a nightmare haunting, which is something that a night hag can do as long as they retain contact with the individual. If they suffer from the visions provided for at least an hour, it's a bad time. They gain no benefit from rest. They have hit point maximum reduced.
Oof.
It's not fun. But they sort of kind of like hearing this noise and being free of the hag's touch kind of begin to rouse themselves. This is a tiefling woman with curled horns and hair that is a little scrungly at the minute because she's had a hag all over her. Trixie, you recognize this woman from the locket.
Oh, nice. Okay.
How?
What locket?
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, that's Trixie. Maple, you're still on Owlbear covered in hag viscera.
Yeah, I think there's like kind of just getting the stuff and then kind of pauses. And the owlbear does like shifty eyes as the owlbear shrinks, getting like there's that gnome, but this time, as opposed to having the fuzzy face, kind of like they had the big beard, they still kind of do, but they had little like hamster-like features, like the last thing they turned into. Now they have some owl features, and the gnome looks a little like kind of like a "don't look at me" kind of vibe. Also, they're covered in viscera and stuff, and there's just like a little bit of that. With what I knew earlier, like about hags, is there? Is there anything like I could discern like I hate saying it like this, but would they have anything on their person that is worth while, I guess? Because Maple, once again, the whole fear of lighthouses and Maple being cursed by a hag, that hey, stories write themselves. So I think Maple would be trying to see if there's anything on them that would help Maple in their state, but also Maple is a little frantic because it's
as you begin to search the two pieces of body that remain, you don't find anything because as you are searching, the fabric and flesh of the bone begin to dissipate into white smoke. The viscera also begins to creep off you. The smoke returns to the shadows.
Don't like that.
Do you know what I mean? This tiefling rousing themselves, trying to wake up, finding it very difficult, having been rendered unconscious magically, kind of peers around all of you. I'm sorry.
We're just here to light the lighthouse. We're maintenance workers.
What do you... The lights? Sorry. Oh, I feel awful. You mean the light's gone out?
Apparently it's been out for a bit. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay. Okay. Let's go do that.
Would you like some water first?
Oh, thank you. Takes the bottle from me. Takes a little sippy sip. Hands it back over. Yeah, and then kind of scrambles a little bit to kind of get out of bed. Kind of looks down at her like she's wearing like a long nightie that is covered in this kind of black ichor that has somehow persisted. It's like, what the? I don't have time to deal with this. And starts like heading up the stairs and opens the trapdoor. Would you like to follow?
I do.
Hmm.
You follow, and she heads up, and this is the top floor of the lighthouse. It's the light room. There is a large crystal glimmering in the lights, inert and still. And she kind of like, you can see there's quite a bit of distress on the faces. You know, she's responsible for this, and it's gone out, and that's, you know, never a good thing. She doesn't quite understand the circumstances that she finds herself in right now. There's definitely that element of what? I am
Little fish out of water kind of thing.
Still waking up. But she kind of kneels down next to the crystal and reaches up and puts one hand on it and begins speaking. Remind me, does anyone speak Celestial? Okay. Well, you all have no idea what she's saying, but it sounds real nice. It's Elvish. No, she puts a hand on the crystal. She begins speaking some words. You do manage to pick up on a couple of different words. You hear the word seraph, and you hear the word Rayos. But everything else is unknown. But as she repeats these phrases over and over, the crystal begins to glow, and the brightness just keeps going to the point where it is painful to keep looking in the direction of what she is doing. But as you kind of turn away and you look out across the sea, this light being cast around you, though it is still daytime outside, the world outside looks a little warmer for the light. And after a long moment, she stops chanting, kind of staggers back a little bit in that kind of like, oh god, I'm doing it. And kind of turns to you all. I don't really understand what's going on, but I know that it's important that this light stays lit, and so thank you for letting me know that there was a problem.
did just so we are clear, you are aware that you were kind of being assailed by some what it was a hag, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a night hag.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, down the stairs where you were laying in that bed there. You were laying there, and there was this hag just hunched over, and I start explaining what just happened in like pretty intense detail.
You see this look of confusion transition into like a look of horror. And it's kind of like, oh, things are starting to make a little sense. Everything is terrible. Oh god, oh god.
And you're alive.
We'll take that. That's good. Well, then thank you. 1,000 times for killing a hag, I suppose.
If they do return,
Maple's like physically shrinking still.
take a mixture of salt, silver, some iron shavings, and line your windows and doorways. And before you sleep, give a prayer of light and life to nature. It will ward them.
Thank you. I mean, I've heard stories of sea hags, and you never expect it, but there's always that irrational fear in the back of the head. But a night hag, that's unusual. I don't think I've ever heard of a night hag outside of the stories of the Fae.
You and me both.
Is there any way I can repay you? Anything I can do to say thanks?
I mean, as long as you keep sending prayer to the Seraph, and we can probably make sure that there's at least some sort of eye being watched on you, because that was out of the ordinary here with a goddamn hag.
No, I do. I pray to the Seraph every night. My name is Heather. I am from the line of Lightbringers. It is our duty to make sure places like this exist and thrive. In the name of the light and the name of the Seraph.
I'm sorry something got in your way that was hurting you. I am glad you will be able to continue bringing light to many people's lives.
Just grateful that there were people like you keeping an eye on me.
I
Yes.
conquered a lot of fears today.
Well done, Captain.
Okay.
She invites you all back downstairs into sort of the kitchen living space. But you see, as you get to the next set of stairs, the outline around the trap door downstairs to the bottom level is gold.
I don't know if we can stay very long. Looks like we have somewhere else to be.
Oh, I mean, of course I don't want to. I assume you'll get in the way if you have things to do.
Is there any fresh food here that is still safe to be eaten? Like this is a relatively isolated place in the sea over here, right?
I'll say Trixie did notice earlier that there's enough food to be getting on, and you would.
Okay.
I'd say with your background, you would know that like lighthouse keepers tend to have fairly regular deliveries.
Okay, good. Okay.
Yeah, you don't imagine that she's going to be in any more trouble.
It was nice to meet you, Heather, Keeper of Light.
Maple hops in the big suit.
Yeah, well, I looking over at Maple and back over to Heather. I just found out today that this is a big suit.
It is not comfortable.
It looks like it protects you, huh?
It did.
I'm gonna roll to see if Trixie has any sort of feelings about, maybe giving the locket back. But I have to roll for it.
Absolutely.
Can I use the help action on that? Give that classic
Guidance?
Maple judgmental look.
I love the RNG conscience.
Okay, so I'm just gonna do a D4, and I guess odds. Odds I keep it, evens I give it back.
Sure thing.
Oh, I keep it.
Oh well. Delightful.
Trixie was like sitting there and she was contemplating. She's like, and she's like, no.
Just be true to yourself.
I walk over to the.
Better.
I should open it up.
Yeah, you guys, head to the trapdoor and make your way through.
Where'd you get those cool ethereal arms? And where'd you get that sick psychic dagger? I say to say to you two as you walk through and waiting for Maple to jump through. Also before we leave, be safe. I say to Heather.
Thank you.
Scurry down.
As you head through the glowing trapdoor, you find yourselves back in the Celestial Nexus with a very happy-looking Seraph and a very concerned-looking Shepherd. As Mal approaches you, you guys did absolutely amazing, wonderful, incredible, fantastic work. Thank you so much. You said that there was a night hag? That is very strange. I do not think that we have ever had a night hag in the theory before. It's very, very strange indeed. But I guess we still don't.
Oh,
I mean, tore it into 3 pieces. It's pretty fucking badass.
It turned to shadow and faded away into the dark.
As you say this, Aaron looks even more concerned. It's a little strange that a being of such power appeared exactly in that spot. It makes me wonder if they had help. And if they did, who exactly was helping?
Someone who does not like light. That being was one of dark and shadow, and they took out a light that was a beacon for many people.
Let's talk of shadow. And the never-ending darkness. I have a bad feeling about it. Still, that's not your problem. Admiral, I think you deserve a well-earned rest. And beyond, Erin, you see a little door to your bedroom. And yeah, feeling the effects of actually having to physically do things today, given that you built a whole fucking town and then had combat. Yeah, I imagine there is a level of weariness that takes over you. Is there anything anybody would like to do, say, act out, before heading to it?
I'm going to my room to look through my library to see if there's anything I can find on creatures that want darkness. I'm very curious.
I'm actually gonna give Kato the book that I found.
Thank you.
I don't know what's in it, but you can read it. Reading's not really my thing.
Give me all the books you ever get, please.
Well, actually, if you don't mind, do you happen to have any books on other runes? I mean, in my travels, I've been down to show like on the horns that he has. He has one of his horns is covered in runes that they don't take the shape specifically, but he's like these are supposedly the mark of clouds and giant rune language. I'm still getting the grasp of it, but do you have any books about other runes I might be able to research a little bit more and maybe expand on?
Oh my gosh, yes, I have the perfect thing for you. And Kato runs to her shelf, climbs up the ladder, does the little thing where the ladder like slides down the bookcase, and grabs this book that's like this thick. And I'm like, this book contains every single rune that has ever been written, and hands it over.
Do your shelves get bigger every single time you run over there? Because I could have sworn they...
And then Kato looks back and it's like gotten even taller. She's like, huh, you know, I didn't notice before, but I think you're right. I'm not mad at it.
I'm glad you got that ladder, because that's pretty convenient. Oh, well, I appreciate it. I'll check this back over when I'm done with it. And I hurry over to my little... it's like literally just like still a single cot. Hello.
It would be really embarrassing if the shelves kept getting bigger and the ladder didn't. You could already reach one air book.
The ladder actually scales with your level.
That's really good. The arms just help you climb when you get when you need to.
Yeah.
Also helps with putting the books away too, but neither here nor there.
Delightful. Trixie, is there anything you would like to do?
I don't think so.
Maple?
Go contemplate keeping the locket.
Give it a real good inspection in terms of quality. Just like this is.
Yeah.
I think Maple goes over to Zenite.
Your horns, these are giant runes?
Yeah, I think so. I've been trying to look into it more. somebody I traveled with swore by these old carvings down this mountain pass we used to deliver stuff through, and I was like, you know what, I'll look into it. And I'm under the impression it is strictly a giantess riding magic. There's a lot to it. I've been trying to wrap my mind around it, but it does seem like it is strictly giant.
It is clear as day on your horns.
Honestly, I forgot about them. I've been preoccupied with a handful of things over here, but I mean, you're sure that this is also giant? I mean, I kind of hand carved this based off of something I saw in a cave at one point here. This is 100% giant from your eyes.
Yeah, kind of leaning over. Maple like inspects it, and I'm assuming because like these runes illuminated when you used your abilities, like they reacted.
Yeah, essentially.
Cool. I think which ones did you use?
I used the cloud rune.
Cloud rune, cool.
Yes.
Kind of tracing along it. Maple just
Your carving is immaculate. You did a very good job.
You know, it's funny that you bring that up. I look around, it's like maybe a little pocket mirror. I open a drawer, and wow, I didn't have this in here before. Shut the drawer. I actually might need to touch these up because that's actually one of the big things. Is I had them on little carvings on my scales at different points around my collar, and they just fell off, and I just lost them. So I mean, I've been trying to put them in a more permanent spot, and wins and losses with it. But I'm gonna try to. Actually, would you mind trying to carve it a little bit deeper in there because they are getting a little bit shallow and the horns are growing out a little bit.
Yes, I can do this. Giant is a language where there is things that single runes have multiple meanings because when a giant speaks, it is often direct and up for one's interpretation. There is not a set way things must be. That is why giant celebrations are so fun. There is a great deal of care in each rune. There is words such as care,
as he's carving this and speaking,
and words for care also mean to protect, to watch over. Runes can be a name. They can also be an entire story in a scroll. You on your horns. If I do not speak common words, but a simple way of putting it is you have wrote Skybreaker. Skybreaker was a story of a giant that was so tall that they broke the sky. Just their little eyes peeking over. But Skybreaker was always watching out for others because they saw everything. They cared for everything. Would it be all right if I carved one more rune on the inner side of your horn here?
Perfectly.
Maple fills out the runes, and Maple, there is it's a simple rune, but it's kind of that way of like giant runes having like many meanings. It would be inspirer, leader, But Maple is absolutely writing Captain.
Does Maple explain that as carving it, or just does it?
I think Maple kind of takes a bit and thinks on it, and then eventually says,
Now everywhere you go, you will know that you are a captain. And do not worry, this is not a mantle that... For giants, someone who is a captain is not, as to say, wearing a big hat and you are the fancy big boss. It is... A leader among giants is someone who inspires others to be strong, whatever that strong looks like. Whether your strength is like Kado, and you know many things about books. If you are strong like your feet and hands are quiet like Trixie. Trixie, they are tricky, huh? That is good. Or strong like you, with very big arms and even bigger heart. Well done, Captain.
At ease. hand on closest to I can to the shoulder. It's funny you. Well, I always have a story to put out there. Thank you for the kindness, the directness, and the ease in sharing your sincerity. It doesn't really come too easily out and about, so it's a bit of a change of pace, and I'm honored. But I do have funny. You bring up. You said it was Skybreaker. One path we would go. My bud and I, we would be going down this one path, and he starts going on this little triad of explaining the story of all these different carvings that he would see off the beaten path on these looks like fallen cliff faces, but they're far enough away from mountains where it's like that doesn't seem too natural. And it explains something similar to the Skybreaker, where there would be one large entity standing above the rest, punching up into the sky to create clouds, to bring shade and bring rain to those being beaten down by the sheer heat of a hot summer's day. And it's funny. It's I always thought it was like superhero type of thing, but having the backstory and the knowledge of that mythos, this is why I need to read more, and I pick up the book. It's somehow a little bit bigger than it was before. I need to read more. And honestly, the more I'm looking into this, it makes more sense that there's multiple meanings with different. I'm gonna need to. I have a handful of different scrolls and books at home that I'm gonna need to reread with a different mindset, because no one's told me, and I've never seen it somewhere saying that the double meanings, the multiple meanings, the expanded definitions and purpose. You have opened quite the door for me. I'm so appreciative of that. On a personal growth side.
The door was very wide open. I think I just stepped out of your way. Made sure you made your way through.
Well, there was this golden shimmer around, and I thought it might have been the light from like one of Aaron's doors. One of those things, but it might have just been the light going around it, kind of like an eclipse of the door. But
Oh, sorry, I'm standing in the way of your light while you're reading.
Oh.
Gotta step out of the way.
As you settle down to gentle activities, I'm going to leave it there this week. Oh boy, spooky shadow stuff. combat in one of my games, unheard of. But as always, less than 3 rounds and the combat's done. So, delightful, wonderful. You're all amazing, and I adore you. Yeah, we have.
No, you.
Dave. We have 2 more sessions. And I am very excited for the next session. And I have a feeling that one of you is going to be extremely excited for the next session. But I couldn't possibly say who.
I hope it's me. I hope it's me.
Yes, so,
I like it.
yeah, 100%. To our sweet viewers and listeners, we will see you in July. What is time?
Indeed.
Honestly,
Lying.
it's crazy, wild. Who knows what's happening? But yeah, until then, I hope you'll have a very good time. And if things are not going super well, just remember, it's not always going to be like that. Shadow has a habit of sticking around, but there's always light just around the clock. Bye, friends.
Bye, everyone.